Welcome back to another episode of our Rimworld 40k Let's Play. This episode is cursed, I'm calling it. This is my fourth attempt at trying to record this. Two of the first attempts, the game crashed on me while trying to fight this battle. And the third one, I was nearing the end of the battle and I think my entire neighborhood lost power. So, yeah, we're fighting our way through here. Hopefully fifth time is the charm. Or fourth, sorry. Yeah, hopefully fourth time is the charm. So basically what's happening is we have a whole gaggle of drop pods from the Empire of Perfection landing right down here where you can see the shadows. So we have a little bit of time to get set up. They are conducting a siege, not an assault, so they're going to meander for a little bit and do some stuff, eventually build some fortifications and some artillery. So we're going to want to do something about that. Either kind of bait them into an assault or find a way to basically counter siege them so that they can't just sit back and lob shells at us. I've found, as we'll see very quickly here, that if I focus the game camera on this group, the game lags like crazy. My tick rate will plummet. So we're going to have to just kind of be aware that they're there, but focus on our base area as much as possible so that the game doesn't chug. So before I press play, I want to get a couple things going here in terms of blueprints. I think we're going to throw down 2 steel mortars in this little area here because it's not covered. So let's space them out like so. And then I think I want to do some steel shelves with some artillery shells reachable. So I think that'll be okay. The shelves should prevent the shells from deteriorating, even though they're not covered. Let's grab all of our Marines. We'll draft them. Somebody's equipped with a log. We'll need to deal with that. And we'll set a rally point down here. I'm going to grab Martellus from that group, though, and ask him to start building the mortar. Okay. So down they go. You can see that's a pretty dense group there. And as they start to spawn, you can see my tick rate drop down to the 20s. It's hovering around, okay, about 30. So if you're not familiar with tick rate, you can think of it as like basically frame rate for the game engine. It's, I think, effectively the game's internal clock trying to keep up with itself, if that makes sense. So at 1x speed, the tick rate should be 60 ticks per second. And as you can see there, we were getting about half that. Now, if we stay up here, it will stay around 60. And then when we jump back down here, you can see it immediately drop to 30. So we're going to stay up here, at least as much as we can. I'm hoping Martellus can get that done very quickly because I would really like to utilize that. I think we're going to use... who would be... Alistair could do it. Heracus could do it if he wasn't such a mess right now. But I need somebody who's half decent at shooting. Maybe Bubba can handle it. We'll need somebody to man that mortar, and I can't afford to dedicate a Marine to it. Avidus, I want you manning the corner there. Oh, Ariston's the one with the log. Let's see here. It's not going to let me force him to drop it, so we'll do this. We'll drop the shotgun. We'll equip the shotgun. Okay. Here we go. I think I want you over here. You're just going to protect the turret in case anybody gets too close. Aramis goes there. Demetrios here. I think Tarkus can go there. Valorum, I want you maybe there. And where's Cyrus? I want you kind of on the other side there. I want the snipers out in front to extend our range and they can fall back as the enemy approaches. So who's that leave? Matthias, Elijah. I learned from a previous recording that Elijah's still missing an arm. So we're currently working on some bionics up here for Heracus. We should probably make an additional arm there. So I think we were crafting 2, so let's make it 3. And then we'll turn all 3 of those into bionics, and we'll give 1 to Elijah. So I'll put you over there. I'm pretty sure he can still fire that gun. Gordian. Do I have anybody over here? Doesn't look like it. I'm going to put Orion maybe there. Antaeus over here. I'm going to destroy those, or just this one urn, so we can put somebody on that corner. Endymion. Thule. And Nicholas. How about here? Alright, Aramis, let's shift you over slightly. I think that's okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Can you demolish that? Perfect. Now stand there. So if they run up this way, he can lean out and fire. Actually, why don't you go there? That way if they come up here, you can fire, and you can still shoot that way if you need to. Alright. Is there anything else? Oh good, we're already working on this over here. I guess they can just grab resources from here. It's probably just the components that needed lugging out there. Why is my game not responding? There we go. Oh great. Now it's on an insulting spree. Somebody had to ruin our fun. So yeah, they're building their base here. Just to give you an idea of where they're setting up. And it looks like I'm only seeing like defensive structures now. Okay, these are going to be their weapons. So they have a plasteel mortar and a steel artillery gun. So we'll want to attack them before they start making extensive use of those. You sure are taking your sweet ass time with this mortar. Okay, he's grabbing components right now. Let's hop in here real quick. We're going to say critical, clear everything. We don't need anything rotten. And then I only want... No, sorry, not ammo. What is that under again? Is it manufactured? Yeah. I just want mortar shells. Don't really care about the type. And when this one's finished, we'll copy that blueprint over. Martellus, I really need you to hustle on this, though. This is quite urgent. Bubba, what are you doing? You're building shelves. Okay, that's good. We're going to try to catch Bubba while he's over there, because we want him to be the one manning the mortars, probably. Or at least one of them, obviously. So they're not done building yet. Ours will be done first at this rate. We'll just need to be certain that we capitalize on them first. Who's not really doing anything? You? You're also a decent shot, so why don't you get out here? You're going to man one of these for me. And Irina, where are our mortar shells? I know we have some because they come up in our trade menu all the time. Here we go. HE is perfectly fine. We have some incendiary as well. Okay, she's going to grab all of them, it looks like. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's all fine. I'm not going to have anybody jump on there just yet until the shells have made it to the shelves. Otherwise, he's going to run all the way back to the stockpile to try to grab something. And that's going to take a lot longer than I would prefer. Arena is not moving super quickly, though. Oh, fun. Okay. So they've already got 2 set up. Both set up, I guess. Ice skate. Ah, where did that go? This is mostly overhead mountain. So in general, we should be all right, but there are areas that are thick stone roofing. And I don't know how those are going to hold up to mortar fire. Bubba, I need you to get back out here. Where the hell is Arena? What are you doing? Great, she picked them all up and effectively kidnapped them. Can you get over here, please? Never again with this mod list. Never again, guys. There's some mod. I'm sure a while ago I could have told you exactly which one it was. I don't know where that went. But something about how our pawns bring resources to blueprints and also carry things to stockpiles is just so absolutely fucked. And that's where effectively all of our problems are coming from. Okay, Alistair's gonna help him out. Alright, you. Start dropping stuff. Now go do whatever, I really don't care. Man that mortar. Man that mortar. Why do you have an Eldar weapon? And then let's see. Force target here. Oh, should I have right-clicked? I don't know what's going on here. Set force target. It's not letting me click. Well, there's a very tight grouping of enemies. I think they'll figure out where to go with these shells, but just in case, I wanted to kind of point them at the enemy artillery. So we got one shot coming in. 2 shots. 1 incendiary, 1 HE. Not great. Scuffed a couple of shields, but otherwise didn't really do a lot. But hopefully we can continue firing a little bit more rapidly. Cooldown is pretty brutal on that. Let's see. Bubba has started a fight while he's manning a turret. Martellus, I'm going to ask you to do it, I guess. Alright, let's see where that lands. Okay, there it is. I lost it over the mountains. Doesn't look like it's going to be a direct hit. No. Not even close. So, oh, here's an HE. I think what we're going to need to do is grab some snipers and have them kind of start harassing this group. Maybe we can bait them into an assault. That was pretty good. That hit right on top of her. Broke her shield. Didn't actually wound her, though. So yeah, maybe the snipers are the way to go. It's going to require a lot of precise micro on my part because the enemy could very easily overwhelm us if we're not careful. That does count as cover, right? 50%, good enough. It's as good as a tree, I think. Where the hell is that going? I think they're targeting my geothermal generators, which is kind of a dick move, for being honest. Cyrus is not close enough. Oh yeah, he is. Cyrus, bro, what are you doing? Okay, here we go. Start plinking him a little bit. Some shells incoming. That one was well short. They are returning fire. Apparently, he parried that round. Like the filthy casual that it was. He is taking some hits, though. Cracked his sternum. They're firing railguns at him. There we go. That's what I like to see. Oh, and that detonated their shells, too. That was a good hit. We got some people on fire. One down. It looks like they're assaulting now. Is that... I kind of only caught the tail end of that. But if that's the case, let's pull you back. I think I'm going to put him here. I don't want him getting shot up too much more. Valorum, you're going to take his spot over there. Time to move, Cyrus. Do a little run and gun. He's pretty damn accurate on the move with that sniper rifle. So this corner is going to get hit first because they're coming like this. I may even want to pull you back a little bit. Let's see. Does this thing count as cover? 50%. And TS go here. Valorum fall back to his spot. Alright, so they're going to start catching bolter fire from Thule now. And that should slow them down. But they are completely overwhelming this corner, so we might want to shift some people over so they can help. Endymion, move up to here. Avidus, I want you sneaking around to join up over there. And I'm actually going to take Martellus off of his duties over there and put Bubba back on now that Bubba is in his right mind. Actually, I think I'm just going to cancel the mortars. Because everybody's congregating over here. I don't want to risk any friendly fire. Yeah, so we'll get Martellus's bolter in action. Avidus, move up slightly. Get cover. Avidus, get cover. Okay, Thule is no longer in cover and no longer has a shield, so I need to pull him back. Come on, Thule. Get out of there. Get out of there. You can do it. Oh, the game crashed on me again. So, new strategy. I'm actually just going to cheat here because this is now my 5th attempt at trying to get through this battle without the game crashing. I have no doubt that we can win it. So, I'm going to basically smite some people from my console here just to lighten the load on my processor a little bit here. Let's just start clicking. Oh, game didn't like that. Why aren't they going away? Okay, they finally went away. I'll get you there. Alright, let's try this now. A lot of errors, as you can see. But my ticks per second peaked at 40, so it's getting a little better. Let's get some of these in here. We got like 3 of you standing on top of each other. No, not gonna let me. I think there's like dirt on the ground or something. Okay. That might be enough. Let's give it a shot. Let's get out of the old dev mode there. Otherwise, there's just gonna be a constant stream of errors the whole time. And do I build the mortars again? I think that's going to take too long. So rather than go through that headache another time, I'm going to fight this a little bit more straight up. We are still going to make a little bit of a defensive line, but I'm just going to bait them into an assault immediately. I'm going to send Cyrus and Valorum to just kind of take pot shots at them. And hopefully that'll be enough to get it going. It's still hovering in the mid 30s, so I don't know that I improved it that much. I think it's all the shields, honestly. I don't necessarily think it's the amount of pawns. I think it's the amount of pawns with shields. That means I'm probably going to want to make friends with this faction, because otherwise they're going to keep spawning and breaking my game. Alright, Valorum and Cyrus are already taking shots at people. Well, Cyrus is. I don't know if Valorum can hit anybody from there. Maybe not. Run over here. Cyrus, you're looking the wrong way, man. Come on, just brain somebody. Brain this person right here. Shoot. Wait, where'd they go? Right here. Okay. Yeah, no shield on that one. Come on, drop him. You got this. I don't like that there's like beam weapons being fired at him. Get up over here. I think that puts you in range. Yeah. Beam weapon might also be what's causing the game to crash, to be honest. I wasn't very strategic in who I deleted, but I probably should have gone after the more exotic weapons. Ouch. Oh, right in his jaw. Come on. You gotta pull back, dude. Now he's having a tantrum. I guess we should have seen that coming. Come on, drop somebody. All you gotta do is drop somebody and they'll start charging us. Okay, Cyrus, you got to pull back, man. There we go. Okay. Cyrus, let's get you away from the main carnage, probably, because you've already taken several hits. Valorum, I'm going to bring you back here. Actually, I may just tell Cyrus to go get patched up. Yeah, he took some pretty nasty shots there. I mean, he's not going to die. So maybe I will keep him in the fight a little bit longer. No, you go over there. And where is he? I need to organize these guys better. Valorum, you go over here. Just in case they need to pull back, Valorum has a little bit more health left than Cyrus does. And Avidus, I wanted you like here. Alright, here they come. And the game still crashed on me. God damn it. Okay, I'm accepting defeat here. I'm just gonna use the console to completely overcome this raid because I don't see a way around it. If we want to be able to continue this campaign, I can't spend, you know, weeks trying to fight a single battle. So I'm going to delete all of the attackers except for maybe one, and then we'll send our scout team out or something to wipe out the final one, and that should end the raid. And I will make sure that we don't gain any like loot or anything from it, just so it ends up being effectively a wash. We don't gain anything, but we obviously didn't risk anything either. So I'll take care of that and rejoin you guys when that whole mess is cleaned up. Okay, so there's 2 left, and I've had Cyrus's team march out here to deal with them. And again, I'm just going to delete all the resources that they spawned in as well. We're not going to get to capitalize on these since we didn't really earn them. Okay, so that's them down. Neither of them are actually dead, but I think they're both dying. So yeah, his heart was destroyed, so he is effectively dead. And then her spine was shattered, so she's gonna be not moving until she either has her spine replaced or she dies. And I, again, am not gonna take advantage of any of the stuff that's dropped here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start deleting it, and I'll rejoin you when that's done. Okay, so that's all the resources removed. Let me get out of the dev mode here before I forget. And we're just going to leave them to die, I guess. Or you know what? I can maybe finish them off. But I'm not going to delete their bodies. But we're obviously not going to do anything with them either. So we'll just let them kind of rot out here. So let's see, we're almost ready to start furnishing this drop pod hangar. I'll let X01, X001 finish mining this area out, and then we'll start worrying about it. In the meantime, though, I will queue up a few of these walls at a time. I'm just going to do small sections to try to avoid any shenanigans. Let's see. That was the Bionic spine finished. So let's remove that. We're going to make 3 Bionic arms. And I need, I think, 2 Bionic legs as well. This should be down here. I can't drag. Oh, god damn arrows, of course. I don't need a foot. Let's get rid of those. Probably going to be replacing eyes at some point, so we'll leave that one. I just need legs. Give me 2 of those. And then I think the spine we can go ahead and equip now. Okay, so Kono is just waiting for that anesthetic to wear off. Then we'll get Heracus in here. Replace his spine with that bionic one. Not that he necessarily needs it, but I think it will help offset some of the other problems that he's having. And then, of course, the bionic limbs should help with that too. The pain thing, though, I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do about it. There was a pain stopper. Let's see, what does that cost me? Gold, plasteel, and advanced components. Ooh, probably not worth it then. It just multiplies their pain by 0, so effectively removing it. That does remind me. Okay, the Bionics are regular components, not advanced components. That's good. 'Cause I don't know if I have any of those. Which category are they in again? Well, I have 23. That's more than I would have thought. Not doing so great on regular components, though, actually. Since I'm sick of these chunks just littering our base, I'm going to make 2 of these industrial dumpsters. And I believe we can store... The descriptions are so helpful. I believe we can store chunks in these. And at least get them out of bedrooms and things like that. So we have a new quest. Small Chaos Portal. This sounds like a job for a Space Marine. What are we looking at? Purple Lolar, Chief of Camboa Confederation, has sent us a message. This is red, so I think they're hostile toward us. A group of Chaos followers have built a Chaos Portal and are attempting to summon large amounts of Chaos denizens from the Dark Realm. Destroy this portal to prevent beasts from potentially overrunning the world. They've asked us to destroy it, which means that the portal must be eliminated. It says that there's a Chaos Portal, and those beings are being spawned from and defending there. There's a lot of redundancy in this description here. If we succeed, your faction relations with the Confederation will be improved by 60. So we might be able to... Yeah, they're hostile. Currently at minus 100. I don't know if this will make us no longer hostile, but it'll get us closer to that. Oh, I gotta regenerate again. Damn it. Okay. So it's just a bit south of us. That's actually not too bad. We have 15 days to deal with it. So maybe we'll save that for the next episode. There's 17 enemies. We will need to send a pretty good sized force. I think they're mostly Chaos Beasts. So they're not necessarily going to be shooting back at us. But they could be quite tanky. Alright, I'm getting both of these set up for stone chunks. We'll leave the steel slag where it is. There shouldn't be a ton of it. Cool. Over here, this is going to be our first drop pod bay. So let's figure out how we want this to look. We'll start with, we're going to have the great flooring run through here. And then we'll have this yellow hazard stuff kind of flanking, just like we did in the other area down here. And then we'll do some black to make it look like there's just a cavern below. Unfortunately, I may have mentioned this before, but the like dark carpet, I think there was like one other one, it looks a little bit better than just like straight black. It's like a very, very dark gray. But I don't have the materials to build it, so for right now I'm going to have to just use this black painted concrete. So I jump back over to check on our Bionics, and it looks like all but one of the Bionic arms is done. So that means is Heracus can have all sorts of operations right now. And probably just knock them all out in maybe one pass even. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we're going to try. Let's see. So let's start with the Bionic spine. And then we'll do both arms. I have a left and a right, right? Okay. And both legs. Cool. So you should probably rest until healed. And I might want to make Gordian do these because he's as good a surgeon as you can possibly have. Anybody else might risk a failure. Demetrios, I'm looking at you with your... I mean, 16 is really good, but don't get me wrong, that extra 4 might be all the difference. So now that we're starting to mine this area out, I am getting some additional columns in here just to make sure that we don't start seeing collapses. Over here, we're done. I think it looks a little weird, to be honest, but just going to roll with it for now. We need to get this area closed off because I am going to need to punch a hole in the ceiling. So in order to not make this entire area outdoors, we're going to want to close it off. It might even be worth airlocking it. Something like that. If we do that, I am going to want to extend this wall though. And then as far as the flooring is concerned, we'll keep that there. But I might want to do something different under the door itself, just to kind of establish what those are. How have I done it in other areas? I think I was actually using that grading for the transition point. Yeah. Well, let's use these. Okay. So once that is finished, oh, I should probably steal one for right here. Once that's finished, we'll punch a hole in the ceiling, and then we can move this thing over there. It won't let me move it until it is unroofed, so don't really have an option. But we'll get there eventually. Are you guys being used? Looks like we have a couple in there. It'd be nice if we took a little bit better advantage of that. Not a lot of people hauling for us currently, though. People will haul to build things, like Aramis right here, but I don't have a lot of people hauling just for the sake of hauling, like moving it from A to B type of thing. So we may want to revisit that. Alright, so Heracus' spine was installed, and I mean, we're not going to see what difference it made until he recovers from the anesthetic, but that's fine. It looks like Demetrios was the one that performed the surgery, though. I'm just going to let him roll, I guess. By the time he actually becomes a apothecary, he will already be at Gordian's level. I think we have an arm next. Oh, that's a regular spine. Yeah, so we do have an arm next. Well, if anybody ever needs a regular spine, we have extras. So that's 2 arms installed, in addition to the bionic spine with a leg on the way. I'm actually going to add... I completely forgot that he had a death acidifier, so I'm going to add that as well. We'll go ahead and pull that out. How are we doing on medicine? 84. We should look at buying more next time we have the opportunity. So I thought I marked this area as no-go for growing. I'm going to just delete it. I don't want them to continue using it for that. There's plenty of corn here that we'll need to obviously grab and store somewhere. But the next project I want to start working on is turning this into a firing range and just general combat training facility. in order to do that, we need to stop using it as a farm. So I don't even think it's being lit for that. Oh, actually, yeah, I think it is. The sun lamp is in there. We'll deconstruct that for now. That's actually an interesting... This room was temperature controlled with these wall heaters. They're holding it at a nice comfortable 25. This room is actually not temperature controlled, but this thing is putting off enough heat that it seems to be about the same temperature in here. Still, I think it might be worth moving these to here. One on each side. That way, if anything does happen, this room will remain, again, at a nice comfortable 25 degrees. All right, there we have it. So, got our first drop pod in the drop pod hangar. I still haven't played around with using these yet. We should probably fuel this one up. Let's just do full 500. We should have enough chem fuel for that. Just barely. But I do want to maybe do a test run, fly this somewhere, and A, see if it even works. B, see if we can fly it back. It should function a little bit like a shuttle, where it can actually make both legs of the journey. It's not like a cargo pod where it flies and then just kind of explodes. We have another merc ship. Can we get something other than a merc ship? I need a bulk goods trader. Like, desperately. That or like an exotic goods trader, perhaps? These guys... Oh, sorry. Just whacked my desk. These guys do have a ton of slaves. I guess it's worth seeing if any of them are marine candidates. Excuse me. How many of you would like some Eldar gear? Okay. So we'll start with that. That gives me enough for, it looks like, one person. These guys are pretty costly. I'm going to scan through them real quick on my own, and I'll give you guys the cliff notes of who is maybe worth looking at in a little more detail. So I know Kramer doesn't look like too much here, but he's got passion for the two things we care about most, and a little bit of social as well. His traits are both negative, inefficient, and frail. Frail will go away when we turn him into a Space Marine, and inefficient is only going to matter really if he's doing a lot of work, which, frankly, I mean, he might help with construction, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So Emicella is an absolute beast. Don't know what's going on with his age here. Hold on, you're not an Eldar, are you? God damn it. I should have guessed from the age. 1524. Yeah, definitely not a regular human. That's biological age. It's not chronological age. I was looking at the shooting in melee and fell in love and then realized, oh, I guess not really a candidate. The Cadian regiment thing fooled me too. I don't know why this person would be involved with Cadians. Newton Wilkins is another good candidate. He's kind of all over the place. So apparently his profession as an adult is a Sister Repentia, even though he's male. Interestingly, he also has the Angel of Death trait, which is the one meant for Space Marines. And he's part of the Cadians. So apparently he's like part of 3 Imperial factions. How can we say no to this guy? But yeah, he's good at the 2 things we care about, shooting and stabbing. So I think we will go after Newton. Let's see. Decent kind of all-around character, but that's not really what we're looking for. Vivian. Whatever. Henriette. Ooh, an artist. I think we can probably get by without. And Scott. Another Eldar. So Alright then. Newton looked worth pursuing. I'm going to need to come up with a bit more collateral, though. I don't want to lose all my silver. And then I was kind of interested in Kramer, too. But if I had to choose one, it would be Newton. Could give them a bunch of gold. Well, they're not going anywhere. Let me drop a few more things they might be interested in into our trading area. See if I can up our value a little bit. Worst case, I could maybe add Nate as well. Actually, I might add Nate anyways. Somebody was carrying an Eldar weapon, so I'll make sure that they drop it. Okay. Let's lock that in. We've got 2 new additions. Both potentially Marines. We're working on Heracus's neck right now, trying to get rid of this itchy gunshot. And you fucking botched it big time. Wow. Get out of here. I'm bringing in the pros. I'm going to switch him to herbal medicine for this part, because we're just trying to prevent infection. We're not actually operating. What were you doing? What's taking you so long? Maybe I should have let Demetrios do it, because you are letting him bleed quite a lot. 4 hours. That should be enough time. Yeah, your job is going to be to clean up your mess. In the literal sense, not the figurative sense. Gordian's going to clean up your mess in the figurative sense. And you're wasting good, perfectly good medicine, too. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Alright, so you're no longer dying, I presume? What are you up to now? Curing gunshot. Okay. Whoa. Cure the gunshot with the good medicine. Let's not mess this up twice. Alright, so that's dealt with. I probably should have done the head too. I suppose it's not too late. I don't want to do the brain. Crap, which one was it? The bite scar. This one, I think. Yeah. I don't want to do the brain because I feel like that's kind of cheating. He suffered like a very debilitating injury, and if we just outright cure it, then there will be no consequences for that. So that's the main reason why I don't want to. But for the other ones that don't necessarily have a lasting impact other than, you know, maybe the itching lowers his mood slightly, those I don't mind curing. But to say we can just, you know, add some plasteel to his brain and that's going to fix everything that was damaged, seems unlikely. Alright, so when the rest of this heals up and your anesthetic wears off, you should be like a god among men. Well, maybe a demigod. I think the Marines are gods among men, and you're kind of still below them, but you're going to be moving around a hell of a lot better than you were before. Hopefully above 100%, or at least 100%. It may not actually make it that far, but fingers crossed. Well, with that, I think we'll call it for today. What does it say that he's missing? Just a bunch of weapons that he no longer has access to. Right, so we finished the first drop pod hangar. We'll continue to work on that, but there's really no urgency. Again, it might be worth making one more just so that we can fill out one more hangar space, but even if we dig out all 6, we're not going to have 6 drop pods for a long time. This is a little bit more of a priority right now. Let's actually get one of these going now that there's space for it. so that we can start growing some additional things we might need. I mean, granted, food is not really a problem for us. We have a lot of meat products here. The animal fat can be used in these as well, so that's going to go a long way. Oh, we're not even growing food. What am I saying? We were growing food over here, so we probably should migrate the corn over. And then I don't know what will go in the last one. I suppose Neutroa leaf could go there, because even if we want to start producing industrial medicine, we will still need herbal medicine. It is part of the recipe. There's also plenty of reasons why we would still want to use herbal medicine over industrial medicine. For most minor injuries, herbal medicine is perfectly adequate. So we don't want to burn the industrial medicine when it's not necessary. We want to save that for surgeries and gene seed implantations and things like that. Other than that, I think we can start looking at what we want to do with this space. I've already said I want to turn it into like a training center, but how that actually is arranged in the grid space that we have is obviously something that I have yet to think about. So maybe by the time I record the next episode, I will have drawn a little blueprint kind of like this, so that we can maybe start mining that area, or at least getting the groundwork going. Other than that, I think we're making pretty good progress. This base is obviously really growing here. I want to be more active in the mission space. The game isn't giving us a ton to do, but I want to start taking more initiative and actually maybe attacking other factions. What the hell is this? Oh, that's the expo. So obviously it's quite difficult for us to be the aggressor just because of the distance we have to cover in order to do so. But once we have the drop pods, we can hopefully start firing ourselves on over to, say, a Tau base, attacking it, and then using those drop pods to transport ourselves back. Even if we had to hike, our Marines cover ground pretty quickly. I think they could probably make this distance in about a week's worth of walking. So, of course, if we needed to make a round trip on foot, that would be like 2 weeks of them being inaccessible, which I don't want. But if we could drop pod one way and then walk back, that would be fine. Ideally, we can drop pod both ways, and that won't even be a problem, but that remains to be seen. So, with that, I think we'll call it right here. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Rimworld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for another episode.